I can tell you from looking back on my business and sitting, in the reflections before the New Year's Eve struck and, the midnight struck, and it was just seeing it, the mistakes. So when I employed in the beginning, because I was told you need to have a business mentor, blah, blah, blah. That was all, first of all, is if it was male, it was such a male dominancy and male telling a woman, oh, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough. We're talking about many, many years ago, yeah? And that was one thing. Second part is, oh, you need this, you need website, you need this, you need this, you need this, you need this. Until I didn't come across a woman overseas where she was just basically send you a link for the payments for what you had to do. Mind you, this woman now charges over $500,000 for her sessions, for her mentorship sessions. She's got different things too. But what I want to say to you is this: don't make it all flashy, blah, 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 because that's not going to bring you clients. What's going to bring you clients or work is you being true to yourself, you being enough. Work on your enough want, and then people will follow because they will feel comfortable with you, because you're going to be in ownership of who you are. And some people will like you and some people are not going to like you. We don't worry about it that we'll have to be liked by everyone. That's okay. We don't have to, because what are you bringing is your gift, your genius, whatever that genius is. And if your genius is to be clean, sophisticated, whatever it is, then it's whatever it is that you're selling. So remember that. But if you're starting a business and you're being told you have to, and it doesn't feel right inside of you, and it's not because it's a want of you not succeeding, so you need to check it. If it's a pattern of you self-sabotage from an inner child, or if it's not. That's the thing what you have to see, if it's your self-sabotaging. Does it feel right? I was told so many times where I was like, do this, and I'm like, doesn't feel right. That does not feel right to do it. So, and I aligned myself with people who resonated, who done this truly before. Not what they're just saying on social media, because remember this, and I see this all the time. People say this on social media, do this, and this is how you make this, and do this, and blah, blah, blah. But if you scroll down, you can have a look. Like they will say, I had this many people in a retreat. I don't do the retreats if it's not 50K income. And then you look at it, it's like, that does not make sense, because the price was different of a retreat. And by the time you do all the inclusions, it did not make that much money. So like, I'm just saying, you can have a look. And if you're not aligning with that person, it's not aligning because maybe it's not truthful. It's not aligning with who you are. Align yourself with people who resonate with you, because if they've done the work, first of all, is that energy is going to show you it's possible. Because if they've done it, and if they're consistent with it, the consistency is the key. And I say this because of parenting. As a mother to 21 years old and 24, he's almost going to be 25 this month. My goodness. 25. Yeah, so sometimes I forget, like, it's amazing. And I don't want to get teary here, but it does get teary when you're a mum and you're a single mum and you have no family here in Australia and you're doing it all by yourself. Absolutely all by yourself. And what I mean by that is that dad does absolutely nothing, zero input. So by yourself, yes, there's single moms and there are single moms. There's different versions of it. This is my one. This is my truest version. So to see my children, as I look at them now, how close they are, how they're solving problems, how they're communicating with each other, how we have, we call it family meetings, where we sit down, we talk and we discuss things. Everything, what everyone wants to go on a holiday, what they're doing, what they need help with, emotional stuff, personal stuff, like we discuss it. That would not happen if me as a leader of this family unit wasn't in the leadership, wasn't in, I can't ask anything of my children, which I always talk about this conscious parenting, what I'm not doing. If I'm not peaceful, how can I ask them to be peaceful? If I'm shouting, how can I ask them not to shout? So you need to ask of what you are doing. And if you're not doing, you just say to them, this is what I'm working on right now. It is a little bit challenging and difficult, but it's that honesty, the energetics of the honesty. and a journey of the honesty. So if you're doing your business, one thing what I will say to you, you don't need a flashy website. You don't need flashy this. You don't need it. What you need is knowing your beliefs and working on that, and surround yourself. And that's why I went in the container ships, is to surround myself with people, because I didn't have that around me. I didn't have that. And when I became a single mother, everyone was like, oh, just do this, 9 to 5, just do this, just do this, just do this. I never could have done just that, because that wasn't in me. As a little girl, I had a gift of healing. I became a nurse because of that, because I wanted to heal. When I was married to my ex, he hated it, what I was doing and what I was seeing, even when I was in a clinic. So when I started working with him after I had my daughter, and so from surgeries, I went into the clinic and working with him and creating a clinic and renovating and doing things, because my dream was to create a clinic where everything was under one roof, including me, for the work what I do. That scared him. That scared him where I'm going to go. That scared him that he's not going to have a limelight. Instead of that, he could have worked on himself to have equal limelight. There is no competition in it. We could be equal but different, yeah? And this is why I say the same thing for women. Equal but different. There is no jealousy. There is no competition. There is room for every one of us. But we're so quick, because the society taught us, oh, they're doing something, they're lucky, jealousy, blah, blah, blah. Teaching your children, what I do is teaching my children. So if I can change 2 children and they can change their friends, little by little, the ripple effects happen. And this is the same thing for the business. I want to tell you, you don't need a flashy website. You don't need it. You need to believe in yourself and understand there are seasons in the business. The business cannot be always go, 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 go. Especially for us females, running it, especially years ago when we were saying, hustle, do this, hustle, hustle, hustle. Never worked for me, because I was like, that's not, and I listened to my intuition and I listened to the spirit going like, yeah, no. And I was told by these gurus, oh, you're not going to do this, you're not going to succeed, you're not going to do it. I was like, I am with God and I'm doing what feels in alignment for me, because each one of us have got our own path. So I want you to know that. Do the things and trust yourself so much that you do the things what feels in alignment for you. Yeah. If it's in a clear, that is not self-sabotage, that is not procrastination, this is your truth. Amen. As my mom would say, amen. That's your truth. And that's what you do. So for me, that was absolutely the truth. And I knew it, that the people who are in this alignment, this frequency, in honesty, integrity, and loyalty, they will come in. And it's okay. I am not here to serve the whole world. It's impossible for me to do that. I'm here, I will say this, as for my people, as for the people who resonate with this. And if they come and go and come, or they stay, that's fine by me too. Again, as my grandpa said, be the lighthouse. And that is the true meaning for me, to be that lighthouse. And that's what you can do too. And so in your business, if you're starting it, focus on you, your energy, your truth. Believe in yourself. Well, the world doesn't know you. How are they going to get to know you? With you being yourself, being the truest form of yourself. A little bit by little bit, ripple effect starts happening. And if you have got a wound of visibility, that is another video what I'm going to create, because we can be afraid of being seen, because we can get judged. I get judged on the socials, but this is inevitable that it's going to happen, that you are going to be judged. And I had marvelous comments, and I say with the sarcasm here, marvelous comments on some of my videos on YouTube or on Instagram and Facebook and everything else. Don't focus on them. That just speaks volumes about them. That speaks volumes about them. Focus on yourself, your wisdom, your gift, what you are doing. And you're doing this because you want to have a life that you can be. As for me, have flexibility of the hours. I was single mom, and I'm still a single mom, but you know, my kids are now adults, so it's a little bit easier, but it's not really, because there is other things. And with every decade, it's a different things what you're going through. But I had to have a flexibility, pick up the kids, drop them off to the school, pick them up from the bus. Like, I had to have that. So how could I work job 9 to 5? And that was impossible. Impossible, absolutely impossible, because at the time I was in primary school, so that was absolutely impossible. So I had to have flexibility. How could I have flexibility? Running my own business. That was the flexibility. And so I done things which was, I would say the word at the time, unheard of it. But I looked at it as like, okay, this is how I'm going to run my business, because it gives me freedom, because it gives me this and that. And it was always about that gift for the world, and for me to be in the peace and absolutely calmness that I can deliver it. My gift, my teachings, my mentorship. And the gift is about energy, yes? So the energy clearing. So when I am in absolutely peace and happiness, and you know, you feel supported, but you'll have to sometimes, and this is for the single moms, you have to create your own support. And if that's having a mentor, maybe you have one best friend next to you, maybe you have got two, and that's enough, because you don't need it more than that. And that's enough to have around you. Absolutely, to have that around you. So believe in yourself, sit with this, write it down. What is the reasons why you want to have your own business? If it's your own business that you wanted to do, what's the reasons for it? And own them. And running your own business is not going to be perfect. You'll have the times where you're going to be like, stuff up things, but don't go and have all the flashy things, website, this, that, everything. It's going to cost you a fortune, which it's not necessary for it. Just be yourself. Absolutely yourself. Absolutely be yourself, and surround yourself with quality, not quantity. Absolutely. For me, that is a thing which I always believed into it, is like quality. So this is my intake of, you know, running your own business. You'll make mistakes, it's granted, but don't do things which is not in alignment with you. If it's your inner child not being triggered. And I'll talk about inner child as self-sabotage for you. So go and let me know how you're going with running your own business, if you're starting, if you're scared, what it is, at which stage you're on.